Damn it, Irvington, you can't make the news for anything positive, at least national headlines for anything positive. Full disclosure though, this isn't a national headline. This is from News 12, New Jersey. Irvington native, Fugees member, Pras, charged with conspiracy. Trying to play the...
Well, Irvington native and Fugees member Pras has been charged with conspiracy to conceal foreign campaign contributions to President Obama during the 2012 elections. The musician, whose full name is Pras Michel, was charged with Malaysian billionaire Joe Low. Now, Pras appeared before a judge on Friday, while Low is still at large. The indictment says Low directed the transfer of $21.6 million to Michel. Officials say this was an attempt to gain influence with President Obama.
Okay, well, one, she's like the lighting's a little off, but she's definitely attractive. But yeah, man, I mean, 21 point, no ad, go away. 20, go away. I said go away. But that's nuts, man. That's insane. I want to take it over here to the NJ.com article because it's a little bit more in depth. But like I said, the News 12 New Jersey one. Shout out to Irvington. So I would definitely wanted to point that one out because that's where I'm from, just in case you don't know. So let's go through this article. Fugees founder Pras charged with funneling fugitive Malaysian billionaires' money to Obama's 2012 campaign. One of the founders of the famed New Jersey rap group, the Fugees, was charged Friday with conspiring with a Malaysian billionaire to make and conceal foreign campaign contributions during the 2012 U.S. presidential election. You know what's interesting is that he was always like the one no one really cared about. Like when it came to the Fugees, right? It was Lauryn Hill who was a megastar, particularly back in the day. I mean, the 90s and Lauryn Hill, man, that's chocolate and peanut butter, bro. And Wyclef, he really took off himself. Pras was the one, he was dead. Like I remember his verse in that Staying Alive remix, but other than that, he didn't particularly have the star power. Do not ask me to say his name because I'm pretty sure that begins a magic spell. And fugitive Malaysian financier Joe Low were charged with conspiracy to defraud the United States government and for making foreign and conduit campaign contributions, according to the release from the U.S. Department of Justice. The presidential candidate referred to was Candidate A in the indictment, but was identified in multiple reports as Barack Obama. The object of the conspiracy was for Low to gain access to potential influence with Candidate A and his administration with the help of Mikel, the federal indictment said. Mikel, who's Pras, let's just call him Pras throughout the rest of this movie. Pras was also... Did I say movie? Throughout the rest of this video. Pras was also charged with scheming to conceal material facts and 2 counts of making false entry in a record in connection with the conspiracy. Pras was a member of the Fugees alongside Wyclef and Lauryn and grew up in Irvington. See, they mentioned us, but I mean, thank you, News 12 New Jersey, for giving us the headline. NJ.com, you're the worst. Appeared for his arraignment Friday before U.S. Magistrate Judge G. Michael Harvey in Washington, D.C. Between June and November 2012, Low, who is still at large, directed the transfer of $21.6 million from foreign entities and accounts to Pras so he could funnel significant funds into the presidential election as legitimate contributions. Assistant Attorney General Brian Binkowitz said in the release. Okay, but because I'm pretty sure Pras is from Haiti. Like, I'm pretty positive he's from Haiti. Like, there's one thing you don't know, particularly about Irvington, man. We have a huge Haitian population in that township, and a lot of that came about, during the 60s and 70s. When they changed the immigration laws and really started letting people come, like people from black and brown countries kind of flood the United States. And Irvington was definitely one of those landing zones for a lot of Haitian Fugees, right? Pras tried to get Low into a high-profile fundraiser for candidate A, and after he was unable to, he successfully got Low's father to attend, and the pair took photos with the candidate, according to the indictment. Pras tried to hide Lowe as the true source of the contributions by paying $865,000 of the money he received from him to about 20 straw donors or conduits so they could make donations in their names to a presidential joint fundraising committee, Bankowitz said. Pras also directed $1 million of Lowe's funds to an independent expenditure committee also involved in the 2012 presidential election, authorities said. By using the straw donors, he caused a presidential joint fundraising committee to submit false reports to the Federal Election Commission, the FEC, the indictment stated. The $1 million that he gave to the independent expenditure committee also caused that group to submit false reports to the FEC. Pras is extremely disappointed that so many years after the fact, the government would bring charges related to 2012 campaign contributions, said defense lawyer Barry Polak. Pras is innocent of these charges and looks forward to having the case heard by a jury. Well, Pras, I gotta say, if there's no statute of limitations, the government will come. They will take their time. They will build their case. They will get every little bit of information. Like how many movies have there been made where, you know, the government is just sitting there biding their time? What the one that I'm thinking of right now, I think it's Catch Me If You Can, with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks, and Tom Hanks was was going all over the place trying to catch Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, honestly, when it comes to, is there a statute of limitation on federal charges? I'm not sure, but you cross state lines, yeah, they coming after you. Pras faces a separate civil forfeiture complaint accusing him in a scheme to try to get the department to drop an investigation into embezzlement from a Malaysian investment fund. Pras has denied wrongdoing in that case. The embezzlement from the fund, known as 1MDB, became a political scandal in Malaysia. Looted money paid for by jewelry and luxury art to help finance The Wolf of Wall Street and other Hollywood production films. The Justice Department last year announced charges against Lowe and two former Goldman Sachs bankers in a money laundering scheme and bribery scheme that pilfered money from the fund created to spur economic development projects in that country. See, it always comes back to it always comes back to screwing over the poor, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. Lowe was indicted previously along with former banker, also known as Roger. Okay, we're going to call him Roger, in the Eastern District of New York for conspiring to launder billions of dollars and to violate the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, the release stated. That case remains pending. Okay, so that's all there is from this story. But yeah, man, it's sad. Like, I mean, it's sad because he was always the quiet one in the Fugees, and it's always those quiet ones. I don't know if anybody ever told you, but it's always the quiet ones that's always up to something not 100% on the level. Allegedly. I definitely want to keep tossing that word out there because, you know, he hasn't been found guilty. And so, until he is found guilty, we're going to treat him like he's innocent, because that's the way our law is set up. But man, Pras, bruh, I really wish you put Irvington back in the news for something good, you know, like, oh man, it's the greatest turnaround in urban America, in urban American history, right here, because God knows that the mayor of that town and the council of that town have absolutely no interest in doing it. But you know, it's sad. It really is sad. So, I mean, what do you think? By all means, please, all the internet stuff. Like if you like the video, toss me a like. Sub if you want to keep hearing me just rattle on about, you know, things that take place in the world. And speak, by all means. Do you like, who was your favorite Fugees member? You know, most people probably say Lauryn Hill. I have to say Lauryn Hill too, because I've always found Wyclef Jean a little, you know, I wasn't a fan of his music. And like I said, Pras, like hey, it is what it is. So until the next video.